Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Not the time now, Bob. Oh my gosh! Oh, I looked at the text instead of freaking focusing on my turn. Whoa! Holy shit!
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Hello, team. Welcome to Next Level JJ. Now, tonight we've got quite an exciting one pumping up for us. It is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at the Yas Marina circuit. That just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Welcome. If it's your first time joining in, that's so cool to have you here. You know, we're the channel all about, we're normal gamers, but, through chipping things away, we just take things to the next level. And yeah, tonight, the next level will be successfully completing a Grand Prix weekend. Now, of course, there is a lot going on in the world of Formula One. If you're not an F1 fan, it's something you're gonna have to catch up next year and Drive to Survive. It just seems like Formula One is the best it's ever been, and last year was amazing, and the year before it was amazing. It is just the most interesting sport at the moment. Of course, if you watch and you go, it's just a bunch of people driving around in circles. It's the same thing with football. It's just a bunch of, life forms chasing a round object. But when you start investing in the team and you start understanding the people behind it, then you start realizing, wow, this is huge. I mean, Formula One is the biggest team sport in the world. It is thousands of people, and if 5 of those people do a bad job, that will make 0.2 of a second difference eventually. These are all guesses, but you know what I mean. It can make a difference downstream if some person makes a bad carbon fiber part, or one person on the wheel jack just has a split second of doubt. These things cost 0.2, 0.3, 0.5 of a second, but that's the difference between winning and losing. And in a season as tight as this one, it's amazing that we're going into the last race with 3 people being able to get the trophy. Now, I don't know the exact numbers, but I think it's something like 15 years or something since the last opportunity was for 3 people to win it. And if my memory serves me correct, I think that might have been Sebastian Vettel, and I think he was in 3rd position and he won it. So again, these are all guesses from memory, and my memory is horrendous. But hey, look, if you want to learn a little bit more about me or my channel, best thing to do is just head to nextleveljj.com. Of course, in the description, all the deets are also there. But yeah, definitely go check my website out. There's a lot of information, my schedule, which is jam-packed at the moment. We've got a lot coming up. We've got Rust streams coming up, Rocket League streams coming up. I might sneak in a Claire Obscure stream because I need to play it before the Game Awards, because I think it's going to win the Game Awards. And then after the Game Awards, they launch Diablo Season 11, and there's a little bit of an apparent big announcement at the Game Awards, and that's why they're delaying the launch of Diablo new season until directly after the Game Awards. So it's going to be a long day on Friday, your Thursday, but yeah, Game Awards, I'm still waiting to get confirmation if I'm allowed to co-stream it. I've applied, but regardless, we're going to watch it. We can have a bit of fun and then play Diablo after that. But yeah, check out my schedule on my website. It is varied. I play different games all the time. There's some games that pop up more than others, and especially, around the Rust. I did a stream earlier this week with DCS Digital Combat Simulator. I'm trying to get an F-14 Tomcat, to do a full mission back to, each phase of it. We're going to learn how to do it. It's not that easy, surprisingly. And then, of course, from there, there's other things like Race Room, which didn't work the day before, and so I ended up playing Assetto Corsa. I love all games, and so I want to hear from you. What games do you like? What is something you'd like to see me play? And interesting, again, if you head to my website, there's a top 100 list. And so I've put a list of 100 games that I've either played before or have never played and want to play. And so the whole idea here is we're going to go through that list and start ticking them off and give them a ranking. But I need you to also give me input. What games have I missed? You know, there's a lot of games out there that maybe I didn't even know about that's worth playing. A very good friend of mine, all hail the legendary J-Dog. He is our first Patreon supporter. He suggested a game, and so I actually created a little section in the website just for that. So yeah, please give some feedback. Jump in the comments section. Tell me what you think. So another thing, the music, as always, Stream Beats by Harris Heller. I use them all the time. They are the shizzle manizzle. Tonight we're using their Midnight album, so go check that out, and link is in the description as well. Now let's talk about tonight. So what are we doing? So firstly, behind me, that's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix track. We're on the start-finish straight, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do a full race weekend, basically starting with practice 1, practice 2, practice 3, and then do a full qualifying and then a half race. I'm not going to do all the practices in full. It's more just I'm going to do it till I get to a point where I'm comfortable with the actual track. I kind of know the track, but I don't think I've ever really given it a go. It's not like a Spa or a Nürburgring where I can close my eyes and just run through the entire track back to back to back. So it's going to be interesting. There will be spins, there will be crashes, but that's all right. We'll give it a go. Also, green screen, you know, it is what it is with the camera that I've got. You know, we're starting up this channel, and then when we start getting momentum and maybe there's some, you know, being able to be a partner with Twitch and YouTube and all that, and there's some funds coming my way, then I can upgrade my equipment and then we can get a much better green screen. But hey, at least it's a little better than last time. Last time I think the tag hero sign was disappearing into the background and whatever. So that's a win. Now, just a little thing before we maybe jump into the racing side of things, I wanted to just come back to this race weekend. I know this is not an F1 news channel, but honestly, Formula One is my number one sport. I love all motorsports, almost all. I'm also a fan of cricket, and yes, 5-day cricket is the best form of cricket. But I'm a lover of all sports. You know, I love archery as well. There's many other things in there. But Formula One is the thing that I'm most dedicated to. I try to watch it. I watch it every weekend, practice sessions, everything. And I just love it because there's so much intrigue. But I'm also a geek. Ta-da! And as a geek, I also, you know, geek out on technology. And if you understand the massive level of technology that's involved in getting a Formula One car on track, not just the teams, not just the drivers, not just the designers, even just the process of getting stuff shipped from race to race to race. There's so much going on to deliver such a spectacle. And I mean, if you think about it, what other sport travels almost every country, every continent in 1 year and has multiple events? Like the United States has 3 different races. You know, Europe is all over. And I've got Stefan who's saying, came here to see the track. Well, bang, there's the track. There should be a car passing any second now, but we're going to get into that right away, mate. But just a quick one, just to recap here. Bang. So what you're looking at is the current drivers' standings. And basically what's happening is Lando Norris is sitting on top, but it's a very, very, very small margin to Max Verstappen. I mean, there's so many permutations, but basically if Max wins and Lando comes fourth, Max Verstappen wins from being 100 and something points behind not too long ago to actually being there. It's been crazy. Unfortunately, McLaren's made some boo-boos and the drivers have made some boo-boos, and Max has just been prolific, you know. And it's also great to see because a lot of people have been negative about Max in the past, and now it seems like people are coming around to it. But don't write Oscar Piastri off. He led the championship for most of the year. It just seems like people are forgetting that. And if Max and Lando clash on turn 1, Oscar's got it licked. So, you know, there's so much going on. But then, of course, down the list, there's also other people that are vying for a better position and, you know, a bit of honor and stuff like that. We've got X-Cluther saying, hey, love your content. You really stream nice. I'd like to join your next stream with some friends. Add me on Discord. I'll do that. I'll first check if you're a real person. If you're a real person, X-Cluther, why don't you tell me where in the world are you from? That's interesting. I've found on these streams, you sometimes have automated message going, join my stream and check this out. And so, yeah, we got to check out for that. So yes, that is the driver standings. You know, interesting enough, the team standings is probably not the most interesting one. I mean, McLaren's sewn that up a long time ago. It's a bit tight between Mercedes and Red Bull, but I think Tsunoda's checked out, and so it's probably going to be Mercedes-Benz taking it. Ferrari, they gave up development probably the first third of the year, so we know they were going to end up here unless there's a miracle. And then below that, Williams, well done. You know, there's a bit of stuff going on. Racing Bulls are looking good. Kick Sauber as their last race of Sauber. It's quite sad. You know, Sauber has been one of the stalwarts of motorsport and Formula One. They've been around forever. Back in their BMW days. Or no, that was with Williams, but was it Sauber? I'm confused. But long story short, Kick Sauber, last race of Sauber, next year the Audi, which will be cool. But they're looking really good this weekend. I've actually selected Nico Hulkenberg as one of my drivers in my fantasy because he's just looking great. So, you know, go Sauber, go Kick Sauber. Interesting, I believe right now I'm streaming to Kick. Or I think I'm not because, let's see. Yeah, X Luther came from Kick. So yeah, we're streaming on Kick. Awesome. So we'll support them as well. Right. So, as Stefan said, he wants to see the track. Let's get into Formula One and let's give it a spin. I'll start off with just what's my settings and so forth. And then we'll take it from there. Oh, hang on. There we go. Better. All right. For those who want to know, I'm just running a G923 setup here, the PlayStation PC version one. Pretty standard stuff, but you know what? From an entry-level perspective, works really well. I've even got a really cheap setup from, you know, an actual stand to connect to it. It works fine. Of course, you know, I'd love to get better stuff, but that'll happen later. Okay, so Grand Prix. Let's reset up our Grand Prix just so you can see the settings we're running. Cool. And hey, Stefan, let me know, how's the audio quality here? I'm running a slightly different setup tonight, so yeah, just tell me if it's sounding good. So, where are we? We're at Abu Dhabi, the Yas Marina circuit. The circuit that cost over $1 billion to build a long time ago. It is the most expensive one, I believe. And yeah, there's a lot of money invested into it. And one of the reasons why they have it every year is because the weather is so stable. But there's maybe some rain in the air. Okay, so who are we going to go with? Look. You've guessed it, I'm a Max Verstappen fan, and I always say this, I actually supported him when he was coming up through the ranks before he even had Formula One, and so I've followed this kid for a long time, and it's been great. It's been some tough times, you know, obviously when he wasn't doing well, when Mercedes was dominating, but then also when he was dominating, people booed. If I wore this shirt in public, people would be like, oh, Red Bull, but now it's sort of come around, so it's really good. But yeah, McLaren is technically the best car to take, I would guess, for this race, but we are going with Red Bull. Mr. Max Verstappen. Okay, so what are we running? So assists, none. I basically just have pit assist and pit release assist on. I don't play this game enough to really know how that works, but everything else, traction control off, steering assist off, ABS, everything, I like it this way. And also getting used to DRS and ERS is very good. All right. Okay. Then let's go to weather and time of day. That's set to dynamic. If it rains, that'll be ridiculous, but all right. I mean, it's probably in tune with the weekend. Difficulty. So I'm okay at this game. And I do want to enjoy this. I think if I crank it up to like 70 or 80, that'll be something that I'll have to work hard for. And especially when you're on stream, people watching, there's a lot of focus. I will get there if we put a lot of effort into this. I do think maybe, I was thinking about it earlier this week. Next year, I might want to do a stream for each race every time that it happens. And then my skill will come up and then this difficulty will come up. But look, we want to win, so let's go for 50 for today. Weekend structure. So what are we doing? We are doing a authentic, full practice format, full qualifying. By the way, once I've got, you know, top level time, I'll just speed it up. And then we're just going for a medium length. So race will be 35%. All right, cool. whether we got rules and flags. So I'm leaving it to corner cutting only. Again, it's one of those things where we could just have some bad AI just crash into me and we get a, drive-through penalty and then the entire stream falls apart. So I guess we'll keep it to corner cutting. Of course, park firme rules are on. Pit stop is pretty good. Formation lap, that sort of stuff is all good. And then simulation settings, I'm going to leave rewinds on. I did my last Formula 1 stream without actually having to do any rewinds, which is the goal. But if we're like the last lap and some stupid mistake comes from moi, we still want to finish with the win. But still, we'll take it more seriously for sure next year. And then the rest of the stuff doesn't matter. All right, Max Verstappen. And did it take the changes that I made? Yes, it did. All right, here we go. Now, I've got something exciting in the wind. So, I was having a bit of a think about what is the key thing that you find when you're driving. All right, you find that your heart rate goes up.
It's the start of
And
the
so
last race weekend of the year.
I've
It's time for
actually
practice
set
here in
up
Abu Dhabi.
a heart rate monitor for us. All right, I'm just going to pause the music there. Cool. Nice.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Radio check. All right, so we're going to go straight into this, see if it's working. All right. Cool. So, yep, we've also got the pedal cam up today, so you can also just see a little bit of my movements here. And what I need to do is actually, let's just see, camera customization. Yeah, that's turned off. Okay, excellent. So I had to turn off look to apex and stuff because I've put myself in the halo, and if the halo moves, then it looks a bit odd. Streamer first world problems. All right, so what are we going to do? So firstly, session info, looks like a gun. Weather's looking... Oh shit. Pardon my language. Oh, hang on, that actually looks a little bit weird, so maybe let's just return to that. Notice on the far right where it says R, do you see that? That means it's going to rain in the race. Oh, happy
Okay, the circuit's
days.
clear at the moment. We're good to go.
Thanks, Bob. So start on hard tires. We'll just get used to it. Just slowly get through, getting used to the track. I have to learn the best lines of the track. I haven't done any sort of pre-prep testing or anything like that. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Let's see how it goes. Have some fun, shall we?
Although we love coming here, it's never really been a fan's favourite, so they have made some tweaks to the circuit in Jasper Arena to try and encourage closer racing. Notably, turns 11 through to 15 have all been slightly reprofiled and rounded to encourage that better racing, which means you've got to keep your elbows out and your wits about you.
All right, Bob, I'm with you. Yeah, let's take a drive
track's
out.
green right now, so take a few laps to get the tyres up to temp and get yourself in the zone.
Right, so I've got an Apple Watch, and that heart rate is my actual current heart rate. It's registering 91 on that, but I'm sure as we start going out, that might go up. It's going to be funny watching the stream back later. Just sort of, yeah. Oh, how's this for a pit? Did we actually drive through this pit ourselves? Unfortunately not. Okay, remember, I don't know the track from a driving perspective, so I'm going to be very slow at the start, but we tend to ramp up quite quickly. 3, there we go. Or the famous corner where Lewis beat Max, Max beat Lewis. Okay. Wow, that's super slow, right? Okay, there we go. L2. Cool, so that's my DRS button. All right, we're flat out. Cam's working. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, sorry. I was actually just realizing something, that the heart rate is gonna be in the way there. Sorry, team. Little thing to tweak, as you do with these things. We got a transition, heart rate going up, because right now I realize that as I'm on stream, there we go. By the way, the screen goes black, unfortunately, when I tab away from F1. There's no way to fix that at the moment, but... Bang. Okay, so heart rate's just going to be below the steering wheel. I think that is a good compromise. Hopefully it's relatively in the middle. I haven't had any time to do that. So we'll go instant replay and we'll start again. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I remember that. And then... I'm hanging like a cow. If anybody remembers that from Nico Hulkenberg, that was amazing. Ooh, yeah, okay, that's that corner that it just gets a bit nasty sometimes. Sorry, I was looking at which buttons to push. There we go. That's how I read at now. 94, that's pretty good, actually. It'll go up when the race is, when the race kicks off. Yeah. All right. Okay. So key is of learning a track is firstly to learn your brake markers. And the first thing you need to do is actually understand where they are on each corner. What do they look like? Because if you don't know, you don't have a thing that you can use for braking, you're never going to make your braking point. Those of you who watch my race room stream remember I was using a chair with wheels. It was hilarious. Okay, and so we're going to go. There we go, DRS enabled. And ERS is enabled. Okay, a bit of under rotation on the left front, that's fine. So far so good. It's a nice track. It's definitely not the craziest one. Oh, hang on a moment. I realized that you can't even actually see the text because I made it red because I'm a numpty. One moment, please. It's almost like I should have tested this before I went on stream, right? All right. There we go. Let's just chuck it over there. Maybe that's a little bit better. Position. All right. Cool. Yes. All right. We'll get into a groove soon. This heart rate monitor is new for me. Alrighty, so instant replay, get back in there, and square to resume. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Cool, I love that heart rate monitor, I think that's cool. I used to actually work in live sports, and we actually trialed that on cricket players, which was hilarious. So I had to go and ask international cricket players, hey, do you want to wear this really annoying device while standing outside on the field? And this one, I do need to turn earlier for that one. I'll try and remember that next time. Oh, clean laps. Okay, let's see if we can take this one flat. I got that one. At the 100 board. Well, obviously, that's going to be our mark. At the 100 board, nail it. Okay. Here. ERS. ERS. Gotta get used to the button position there. ERS off. 115. Nice. Clip the curb, get a bit of rotation. Clip the curb again. Slow on power. Prep for DRS. Ooh. Oh, it reminds you, I like that. At the 100 board and brake. And then keep the momentum, steer. This is where Lewis actually got back on Max back in that fateful day. There we go. And then brake in a straight line. Even though it's a corner, you sort of straighten it up. Problem is that's such a blind corner. It's so hard to see the apex. You got to learn to trust it, sort of like Coda. Yeah, here's that corner I keep messing up. So we're going to go wide. And then really clip the apex. Nice. And then... yeah, that's much better. Okay, that feels good. Cool. Again at the 100 board. Down into third and throttle up. That's it. That's good. Gonna do this one flat this time. Try and hit the curb. Bottom out over the hill. Aim for the 100 and boom. Slowest corner on the track, I believe. No, maybe that's chicaneous. DRS up. Get a bit of boost. Alright, that's good. Getting used to the buttons. Cool. So, got to be gentle with the throttle, especially with traction control being off. Trying a different line there. That was not the strat. Oof, that was a tricky one. Yeah, I kind of definitely did something crazy there. Okay, and then hit that and then come back. Nicholas Latifi corner. Okay, remember this one. We want to just ride over that curb if we can. And don't lose all the momentum. You kind of want to come out of here a bit fast. All right, there we go. Car's riding the bumps quite well. It's not what Max said earlier in practice session, but it's holding true. I just borked that, completely came in too slow. I think we can actually take a bit of downforce out of this puppy. I was fiddling with the ERS button. Or the overtake button is probably the right term. That was a good line. I like it. Yeah, it went way a bit wide that way. Tires are getting hot. Okay, let's have a look. Tires are good, 8%. Temperature's obviously good. Engine's looking good. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Lean. Oh, there is no. Just got to brake a little bit for the 100 so I can get slow in, fast out, ride the curve.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
Okay, yeah, that was me trying to catch up time. Okay, we'll have a bit of a cool down lap. And then we'll come into the pits. See, we gotta hug this. Stay in third. No, not like that. Yeah, that was stupid. Interesting. Okay, so we've got to hug that blue line, but then at the same time, and not for too long, because then you start to get rear oversteer, so mid-corner oversteer, I guess is the term. where their braking point is. A little bit before the 100. If I can clip that apex and get going faster. Maybe hitting that apex is not the strat. Yeah, that was a little bit better. So I braked after the 100 but started pointing the car at the apex. Hard ride, steady 100. And brake. I wonder if this is a second gear corner. Ooh-wee. So hug it, and then start opening up the steering wheel. That felt a little bit better. Not perfect, but... she's just on the limit of grip there.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Yeah, you better. She's 107. Who knew I'd be so panicky about having to push buttons? Ooh, nice. And I think these buttons are to change view. Cool, and that's to look backwards. Get out of the way of the car coming behind us.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Definitely remind me, we should definitely be adjusting the point of view, field of view, because I can't see my side mirrors. How am I going to race in the frickin' rain? Well, then, to be fair, I don't need them. I just need to use my ears. Okay, so where's this pit box? Okay. Alright. We're in. Whew. Now, of course, if we're going to look at our times, remember, I am on a hard tire, which is good. And I feel there's a potential for us to take a little bit of downforce out, especially if we're going to run mediums or soft. Oh, but hang on, if it's going to rain, we probably want to go for a full downforce setup. Whoa, we've got to check that weather report in practice 3 before we go into Park Bermain. All right, cool. All right. Well, let's see how we did. Session info. It's still... Of course it is. It'd be hilarious if it actually rains in the real race.
So our best lap so far, 1:32.5.
All right, that's pretty good. We're a second ahead of Lando on a medium tire. I must say that there was one lap 6, where everything came together. If I can do that all weekend long, yeah, I'd be winning in virtually up to like 80%. But it's weird, like, you know, just driving this track from watching it, there's so many things you just learn about. Hey, you've got to hit this apex, you've got to...
Okay, so at the end of this session, we need to return 2 sets of tyres. We'll give back the 2 most worn sets, so we may as well get the most out of them while we can. They won't be available for the rest of the weekend, though, so don't run too hard on anything you might want to use later.
All right. Jeez, man, Bob's doing a great job, isn't he? Hey, well done, Bob. All right. So let's have a look here. Sorry, team. I'm just having a quick check to see that things are still up and running. Yes. It's such a cool thing when you're doing streaming. At least in the beginning, you're so just conscious that, you know, you could have pushed the wrong button or something. And I had a stream where I think I spoke for 45 minutes. 45 minutes, and then looked and realized that for whatever reason, OBS forgot my microphone settings. And yeah, I had to start everything from scratch. Hey, this is what it is. So, I am going to be honest with you, I did actually have a Red Bull earlier, so if I speak faster or start randomly going no, kidding.
If you find yourself getting understeer, then you're not getting enough grip from the front tyres. It could mean the car isn't being allowed to lean on the tyre, possibly caused by a front suspension that's too stiff, or maybe the front wing isn't producing enough downforce.
Thanks, Bob. I like Bob. Bob's cool. All right. So what are we going to do? So I think we're going to change things up a little bit. Let's go into a medium tire set. Feel how that feels.
We're 18th in the speed trap, 339.9 kilometers per hour.
Thank you. But also, I'm interested in running maximum downforce. If it rains, this will be the GOAT setup, especially considering that AI bots are probably better in the rain because I don't have AI traction control built into my right foot. So let's see how we do against them with current times with a medium tire, but that means what you just said, we're slower in the straights. We're going to be much slower in the straights. Obviously, it means that certain corners will just be like flat out, especially with a medium tire, but this is in preparation for the race. So fun in the sun. All right, so let's go. Let's drive out.
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track.
Whew. I think that Red Bull's kicking in. That 104 is definitely Red Bull. Oh, there she goes, back down to 97. Oh, 99. There we go. Just fascinating the technology we have today. All right. And I want to get used to just flicking in between that. See, I'm going to be braking straight for this apex, losing a lot of time there, but then getting out of the apex quickly. Sort of like a U-shape. Ah, you just hold it in. Lovely. Smart game this sometimes. I must say, like, as a bit of a shout out, like, you know, the game developers here have been chipping away at this for years and years and years, and we've been complaining as people who like Formula One. It's not been the best. There's just been little things, but they've just kept chipping away at it, and I really think, I don't know, you know, from how realistic is it, you know, some F1 drivers speak relatively okay about it, but everything else, just the way it works, the real sort of feeling you get from taking part in the weekend, it just does its thing, you know? And so I would highly recommend F1 2025. They did sort of say, you know, the handling was greatly improved, and I can attest to that because I had F1 2024 installed because it was free, and when I tried out F1 2025, you can just, one of the complaints I had was oversteer. The moment you go past a certain percentage, you're just doomed. All right, we're just gonna get into this. Ooh, that downforce is great. This corner is not even a corner anymore. It's just flat. Well, it was flat before, but now it's like, don't even think about it, flat. And we're also running lean, so... Oh, the braking performance is brilliant. Brilliant! Okay. Now, for those of you wondering why I don't keep my foot on my brake pedal, It's because the setup that I've got doesn't allow me to lean back far enough. And so my feet are at this sort of really nasty angle, so it's quite uncomfortable keeping my foot rested on the brake. But one day we'll get one of those proper setups. Let's see how much we can push it. Flat, 4th gear. Oh, easy 4th gear, all right. How straight do we need to be for this? See there, I had oversteer there, and all I did was just straighten out the steering wheel, and she didn't complain about it at all. That is F1 2025. Oof, that downforce is looking good. I actually overreacted there. That's perfectly fine. The brake after the 100 for sure. Exciting. Keep it in 4th, keep it in 4th. Yeah, that's great. Oh. Okay. Oh, yeah, that was the one I pushed. All right, that's fine. I was done anyways. Okay. Nice. Parkour. Oh. All right, what do we think, team? That's pretty good so far. So let's have a look. Session info. It's still raining the last day. But more importantly...
Okay, our best lap so far, 1 minute 30.3. Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 339.9 kilometers per hour.
It's a huge gap. Maybe 50 is in the strat, team. Let's have a look here. Options. Can we change that in it? Rules, flags, simulation settings. Was that it? Weekend. Was it under assist, maybe? Does anyone have to start everything from scratch? No, I think it is a... Oh yeah, that's right. We wanted to update the field of view. So that we can see the mirrors a little bit better. So... Okay, now we can see the mirror, but question will be, I guess I'll be sitting on top of the halo, which I guess elevates my status or something. But now I can see the mirrors, which I think realistically in Formula 1 you will be able to look left and right. I will set up a face tracking at some point, maybe for the next F1 stream. I've got a little setup where as I turn my head it actually rotates the camera, so we'll use that. But let's just try that out, see how that feels. Flying lap. Oh, it always looks terrible when that happens. There we go.
Okay,
everything feels like it's
just 1 minute.
coming at me a bit fast, but that's all right. I don't like the feeling, the sensation of it. Whoop. Whoa, the tires are cold. The tires are cold. Okay, that's fine. The tires are very cold. All right. Okay, fine. Okay. Return to garage. And we're done. Yay.
Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over.
Sadly. Come on. Now, the next session will be more representative, as they keep saying, and the reason for that is simple. The race runs from sunset.
Okay, radio check. Radio check.
Radio check. It runs from sunset into nighttime. It's quite cool from dusk till nighttime. And so this is the session, practice 2, where it actually runs at the same time roughly as the race. And so that's why the practice 2 session that happened earlier today, technically, that was the one that was the most representative. So, okay, let's see if I can get used to this view. I'm sort of starting to think maybe this is not the best view for me, but let's have a look. Which tires are we on? Straight to softs. Okay, fine. We can give that a go. And, oh, I just wanted to check, is the weather still saying we're doomed? Yeah, we're doomed. Alright, cool. Let's drive out.
Let's get a few laps under our belt.
Yes, let's do that, please. Our pit lane looks in Yas. Yeah, man. I should have checked it out earlier. This is the pit lane, man. Check it out. The subway, that's right. We're going down the subway as you requested. There we go. We're in. Okay, we're on soft tires now, so now this puppy's gonna fly. Alright, here we go. Such a cool corner, this. I'd love to experience this in real life. That'd be ridiculous. Warm up those tires, shall we? Alright, I'm kind of getting used to the view, maybe. Fourth gear, tires should be warmed up by now. We just gotta hold the line. Gotta went a bit light wide there, yeah. No, second is definitely the strat there. Whoa, yeah! RDNR. It's one of the coolest pit lanes of the year. And there's still a worry. If somebody crashes there, nobody's getting out. They'll have to red flag the race. Yeah, definitely third gear for that. With the soft tires. Watt turns. Woo! And straight line brake for the corner. And then open up the steering wheel, catch up. There we go. That's nice. We'll go for a full bore run at some stage. Can we move up a notch? Nope, not at the moment. 150 board, boom. Let's see if first gear is better served here. That's alright. I kind of like second because it, yeah, but it also causes a bit of spin. For those just joining now, we are running with no assists on, except for pit lane assist, which I don't play this game enough to... oh, you see, I should be a bit more committal to that turn. Somebody took fastest lap. Ooh. Okay, then we will try and do the same. Yeah, that could have been done a little bit better. I was concentrating on my ERS, my overtake, actually. See, second gear, it's a little bit less frantic. But I can focus on just getting that drive out. Don't know if that would have been legal. Sorry, I was concentrating on something else there and completely missed my apex. That was very scrappy. There we go. Track seems simple. It is simple. I'll be straightforward with you. You know, like I did a stream on Coda, Texas. Way more technical, you know, and I'm a big fan of Spa-Francorchamps and Monaco. And so it is simple, but that means that your margins for everybody becomes really tight. Everybody's going to do the basics very well. And so you need to step it up a notch to be able to come first here. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the stream, I'm running the AI, the bot settings pretty low. I think it's at 50. In hindsight, it looks like 50 is actually going to be quite a bit of an easy walk. But at the same time, hey, we're just trying to experience the weekend here. More importantly, is it's going to be raining in the last... It's funny, at the top of the stream, I was like, why did they pick Yas Marina generally? There's many reasons. Money, money, money. But also, the weather is very dependable. And guess what? AI is like, no, what's this? I can make it rain in the desert. Hey, talking and driving a Formula One car, who knew? Love from India. Yeah, man. India. I just drove over somebody. India, man. That means you love, hopefully, cricket too, bro. There we go. I was actually talking to a archery friend of mine who's one of New Zealand's top archers, and he was mentioning that you've got the IPL obviously, but they've also got an archery Premier League, APL, you know, and so it's cool that you can make archery into like a super fun to watch sport. Overtake benchmarker. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna... Hey, Lawson, what's cooking? Hey, bro, what's what you doing? Hey, got my heart rate over 100, man. What's up with that? Hey, be careful, dude. You'll lose your race seat if you crash into me. Still trying to feel my line through here. I wonder if going into third is maybe not the strat for that corner. This one just braking a little bit before the line, getting it turned in, clipping the apex, opening up that corner a little bit. Feels like the strat. That in any Formula One game before 2025 would have been a spin and a crash. 100%. That's why I applaud the developers of this Formula One. It's the first time that you can save, in my opinion, those sort of things. Now, if that's real, I don't know if they just made it easier, but I've heard so many streamers complain about, and there's a point where you just feel, oh, I'm easily gonna catch this, boom, you're dead. Oh, I'd love to see the replay for that one. That was very sideways on a very high-speed part of the track. You are from originally South Africa, my friend, but I am living in the beautiful New Zealand in good old Auckland. Keep going a gear too much down there. Oh, snap! Are you in New Zealand or in Auckland? If you are, you're probably enjoying this lovely weather we're having. Yeah, third gear. You see, it doesn't rotate though. Oh. Sorry, I was focusing on other things mentally. Clean laps 5. How is that a clean lap? That was village. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, what happened there? So let's go options. And instant replay, rewind. And let's see, we go R2. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think the soft tires have gone. I think they passed their point because this was innocuous. Look. I mean, I definitely went off track, and I am still turning a bit left. Throttle application is flat. And there comes the rotation. There you can see. No, look, I'm hitting straight for the track. I was here that I spun. Yeah, you see, innocuous. Before that was flat out. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so let's have a look at the tires. So you can see there the tires are yellow. Oh, the tires are yellow with my heartbeat on it. And so I think that was probably what happened there. Ooh, let's try not to get in people's way. Pull off the racing line. There we go. We're being nice and safe. Let's see. We've got high. Hope Max wins. Yeah, man. It would be the coolest damn thing if old Max Verstappen wins. But, man, that would be heartbreking for Orlando. Just the worst. Because you don't know if McLaren will be competitive next year. And so it might be his only chance or his first chance for a while. Yeah. But if Max does it, oh, the GOAT.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Can you change your camera angle while replaying? So what do you mean? Do you don't like the in-cockpit view? Are you more after something like this or higher up? Because I'm all about the real experience. I like being in the cockpit, but I can do a couple of laps up here. I don't know how that's going to impact my driving, but let's check that out. See if that... Wait. First thing I need to do is change these tires. They are done. And so we go square. Box
right,
this lap.
Let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Yes, sir. Coming in. Whoa, whoa. It's a bit hard with this different view. Okay, we're in. Can you change the camera angle while replaying? Yes, so tell me which angle you like, mate. I'm happy to give it a go. We're just getting into the groove here with practice, so happy to mess around with stuff. But definitely in the qualifying and race, it'll be this view. Oh yeah, of course. Put me into a real place. Oh, I'm having so much fun, guys. But yeah, I am going to be up at, 2 o'clock our Monday morning to watch the Grand Prix live. I got a little Discord channel setting up with a friend or two, and we're going to be watching it together from our...
Right, so our fastest lap currently, 1:31.2. Car repairs have set us back a little.
That's all right. If Mac wins, yes, Zach on the podium. That's hilarious. I've seen people say that. For those of you that maybe not know it, it's just because it seems like McLaren is thrown away the Drivers' Championship. They've made a lot of little mistakes here and there. The last race making a bad strategy call, which, you know, technically in hindsight, it could have turned out differently. And so, yeah, but still, McLaren definitely made some mistakes that cost firstly Oscar, but then Lando, most likely the championship, because Max is the boss. In my Formula One predictions, I actually said Max first, Lando second, Oscar third, which means Lando will win the championship. I am a Max supporter, but similar to him, I'm sort of like, 4 or 5, whatever. I want Max to win, but I feel it's Lando's time. He deserves it, you know, so I'm torn, but of course, I'm going to be screaming for Max all day long. All right, so let's have a look at our session info here. So it's still raining on the last day, so we're okay with that. We're okay ahead. I must say that this session I haven't really pushed really hard. Been more into the chatting, a bit more relaxed, which I'm actually enjoying. If I had turned up the volume on the AI, I would have had to really focus on learning perfect sectors and stuff like that. So this is nice. While driving cockpit view is good, but when rewinding, can you check via different angles? Oh, got you. So as in where I had that oversteer moment. So basically bring it back and change that up, maybe? This is a cool question. Okay, so let's get back here. So you see, that was only 20.
Okay, we're 20th in the speed trap, 319.8 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, that's understandable. So we've, for those who maybe just joined now, we dialed up the downforce to max, and that's to prepare for max. We've dialed it up to because the rain is forecast for Sunday for the race, and so it does mean that if it's wet, you want as much downforce as possible. So all good there. But what I was actually looking into here, so you can see the tire wear is 27%. So it's not that much. But that corner that's usually flat, like you don't even think about it, just spun. Now it could be two things. It could be that I put a wheel on the dirty side of the track and this game is so realistic that it just, you know, kept that kind of crawling through. But I also wonder if this is a tire wear concept. So the soft tire, it's very peaky. You've got 2 or 3 laps with it and bang, it's off. And this one we ran 6 laps. And I was pushing it relatively fast. So, you know, and also was nice to it. So I suspect that it might be that. So why don't we take the soft tire, we run another 6 lap and we'll see. Does it gonna rain on race day? Well, it's gonna rain in this race day, but if it rains in actual real life race day, that'll be crazy. There's so...
The car settings screen on your multifunction display will allow you to change various settings as you drive. Open the display with the MFD button and you can then navigate up and down to the setting you want to change.
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, if it rains in real life, there's so many videos and Facebook's things out there that are saying the reason why Abu Dhabi is the perfect track for the final race of the year is because of the fact that the weather is so stable, so they have a chill, smooth weekend. And there's been some little droplets and stuff in real life over the last couple of days, so you never know. And if it turns out to be real, then this is the best simulation. All right, come on, let's get out there. Let's do a couple of laps. Go in
okay,
the
all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
What did you call it? The subway. Let's go through the subway, and then we'll move on to the next session. Heart rate just hovering around 99. A firm. All right, so we identified that we are going to stick to this. I've gotten used to this view. It makes everything look a bit faster, I'm not going to lie. Wonder if that's how it would look with a real cockpit. Subway! Yeah, right? I'm sitting on top of a halo. so satisfying to just chuck this thing down the gears. By the way, if you're thinking about getting a racing steering wheel, you can play this very well with a keyboard and mouse. You can play it very well with the controller, but the feeling you get from playing a game like F1 with a steering wheel setup is worth every penny, and they last very long. The Logitechs, I had a G27 before this one, and trust me, that thing took a beating, and yeah, didn't give up. So definitely worth it. See, that corner was basically nothing. Brake too early, but that's alright. Oh! Went through the signal, that's alright. I'll read that comment in a second. I'm just trying to set a faster lap time here. That was better. All right, that was good. All right, let's get back to the garage and have a look. How much does the total setup cost approximately? Very good question. Let's go New Zealand prices, right? So hang on a second. We'll take us out of that. We'll take us up to Chrome.
Right, so far our best lap 1 minute 30.6. Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 321.1 kilometers per hour.
Right. Cool, so this is going to go all black because I have to Alt-Tab out of this to it's my browser. And so we're going to go G923 Logitech. Pew. All right, so New Zealand dollars, $500 for steering wheel and pedals. All right. So I don't know which country, you know, if you're watching anybody else from a different part of the world, but yeah, definitely it's not that much money, and you can buy it and pay it off over a few months. It's worth it because this is something that you're probably going to use for the next 5 years. It's a really good investment. And then wheel stand Logitech. Let's have a look here. So this is the one I bought. You know, at the point where I bought this, I just needed something and I didn't have a lot of cash flying around. So I bought literally $125 for that. And I give this thing a beating. I was driving around the Nürburgring the other day, and the Nürburgring is left, right, bang, 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 bang. And it's holding up pretty good. However, there are much better setups that also are more comfortable setups, like $340. Look at that. That's really good, and that's a proper seat setup as well. I don't know about this one. I think I've looked at it before. There was a particular brand that I had once upon a time. Next Level Racing. Yeah, I had this one. And this one is made out of proper heavy steel. And also the nice thing about these ones, this one and the one I've got, is they fold up. So you don't have to have it like completely take up. So after every stream, I fold this thing up and I put it in my spare room. So yeah, the GOAT, the G27, man, that thing I used for years. With the little, I keep wanting to say joystick, but gear lever setup. I'm going to get that because I love playing manual. All right, let's get back into the game. Oh, kazam. So, let's have a look here. So, you can gain 1/10 in turn 6. You are 100% correct. I just have to figure out which one turn 6 is, and then I will definitely try and gain. I think it's important to stress that this is... I can, and I have in the past, really dialed in milliseconds. You know, like genuinely trying to hit, you know, point for point for point. And that's great because you're on your own, you can get into your own bubble and you can focus out everything. But when you're doing a stream, you're talking, you're having a bit of fun, you know, thinking more about the Grand Prix this weekend than absolute, you know, 9/10 of the max. It's not going to happen. But, you know, definitely, as I said, next year we might maybe write ourselves into a league, take part in main races, and take things to, here it comes team, the next level. Specifications on CPU and monitor. So I've got a very basic setup. I'm running a gaming laptop. I've got a 4050 laptop graphics card, 32 gigs of RAM, DDR5 I think, and then a Core i7 processor, but the top spec of the i7. So it's a nice Lenovo gaming laptop, nothing spectacular, but able to run stuff. And of course, you're running the stream and things like that. And so this shows, you know, it's a bit of the ethos of this channel. You know, we're taking things to the next level. We start normal people, you know, not everybody's got the money to drop a 5090 bomb machine and the best camera setups and the best steering wheels and stuff. But that's the point of this channel. We are starting at this level and we're going to work our way up. And with you as part of the community, we're going to build this up. And then there's going to be these upgrades. And these upgrades, you know, are going to be because of the team. And so, yeah, I need your involvement. Like, subscribe, follow, especially Twitch. Please, if you're doing Twitch in any way, please go over to Twitch, follow me. I've got a certain requirement to be able to become an affiliate, like a partner or whatever. And before that, the bitrate that they allow is lower, which means my stream on all the platforms are going out is capped at 8,000 bitrate, which is, or 6,000. It's slow as hell. And so the whole quality is pretty rubbish too. So yeah, please help a brother out and go and follow me on Twitch, even if you ignore it. But hopefully I'm doing some good content. On that point, if you didn't know, nextleveljj.com website. I do a bit of effort in there. It's got my schedule. Go check it out. But also outside of that, you've got a lot of other things there. Top 100 list, my socials, things like that. All right. Enough. All right. Enough. Let's get back into it, shall we? Okay. So session info. We are leading. We've got a good gap. So let's accelerate time. Oh, and the monitor, it's just a Samsung Odyssey 144 refresh rate. Not a big one either. I would at some point love to have my entire desk. Actually, if you watch the intros to all my streams or go to my website, I actually have a recording of my setup that's blurred out a little bit for obvious reasons. So you can actually see what I'm running. You know, I've got one vertically aligned screen, you know, for chat, which is what I'm talking to you guys on, laptop screen on the right, and then of course the little
What
monitor.
an incredible practice session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Yes. Hey, Radajan, how's it going, man? I'm back from your Twitch. What? I'm back from YouTube to Twitch. Dude, legend. Thank you so much. Everybody, big up the Radajan. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Who are you voting for?
Okay, let's have a
Max.
comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check. Okay, so guys, this is practice 3. So this is the last one before we go into Q1, Q2, and Q3. Again, the weather is still saying it's going to rain. So I'm sticking to the high downforce setup. And to be fair, with the AI settings being low, it looks like I can beat them with a bad downforce setting. Realistically, we would probably be running this one or even maybe this one in the race if it was dry. But yeah, let's make it easier for ourselves, shall we? Okay, so go to track. Let's go
Don't push the car
in the
just yet.
subway.
Try to steer green. Try to take it easy for the first couple of laps.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks, Bob. Cool, nice casual 93 heart rate. All right. The Radhajan subway. Check this out. Whoa. It reminds a bit of Monaco, actually, some parts of it just under the hotel. Alright, so cold tires, so let's just ease her out onto the track. We're on softs again, so they won't take too long to warm up. And of course, this is sponsored by Fanatec. Fanatec make really, really good shizzle for sim racing. So definitely, if you want a next level, go check out Fanatec. Though I believe Logitech has some high quality stuff as well. Yeah, lol. It's funny now, I've always appreciated that pit lane, but now because you've drawn such a big line under it, I'm gonna giggle every time I see it in real life now as well. You're in my memory, mate. Cool, still warming up the tires. By the way, the music that's playing in the background, if you're wondering, it's Stream Beats by Harris Heller, their Midnight album. It's nice and cool, chill. It's not like super fast, which is what you would want in Formula One, but see, that tire does get a little bit dirty, but see, it didn't spin out there like the last time. All right. Wow, I can brake way later into that for qualifying. Was that turn 6? $311. That will be probably the slowest of everybody. We're not using our overtake yet, we're just warming up to it. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, that's good. Hooking it up. That was turn 6. That's definitely 0.6 of a second gain there. That was great. Oh, that was great. Oh, I really enjoyed that one. All right, let's return to garage. That was really fun. let's have a look here. So, yeah, that is turn 5. Yes, I was saying about that. Ah, okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Okay, mate, our best lap so far, 1:30.7. Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 323.2 kilometers per hour.
Hold tight, team. So, I'm quite interested in this. So, let's have a look. Boom, boom. 137.29. Now, remember, that's max downforce. It'd be interesting. So, I'm going to quickly jump over to old Chromie. And let's go to Formula 1 again. I just want to quickly have a look at something. So if we go back, results, schedule, no, Abu Dhabi, let's see here, practice 2, results. You see that? Lando's 7 seconds faster than me. Just 7. That's insane. I know with the better downforce settings we can definitely shave off a good 3 seconds maybe, but that's on another level. But that's what we're all about. So where is old F1? Beautiful. There we go. It takes a second to load up. I hope. There we go. Cool. Yo, man, you gained 3 seconds. Whoa, yeah, thanks, man. That was, I felt that was really good. And then I saw Lando's lap, and now I'm like pretty disappointed in myself. But look, I bet you if you spend hours and hours and hours like they do in Sim, and obviously their F1 drivers are doing this time, if you spend 4 hours just racing this track, no noise, no streaming, nothing, and you just like bang lap, bang lap, bang lap. Also, you look at car setup, make sure you dial all those things in, and then you have a look at who's got the current world record in Formula 1, and you follow their ghost. You see how they're taking lines? I'm sure you can get to the lap time. All right, cool. So 2.4 seconds behind. I'm okay with that, Mr. Leclerc. Big Leclerc, let's be clear. All right, so let's get into qualifying. I think we're in a good spot. Ooh, Lando. Yeah, right. The GP2 engine. Yeah. No, I know we can dial that up for sure. But this is fun. Like, you know what? I'm having so much fun. It's nice to have somebody to chat to as well. You know, the subway, the Radajan subway. Should actually call Subway and tell them that's a good idea for a Subway snack. Okay, bang, so we're done. Senior Leclerc, yeah, that's right. I think it was Sauber that called him Big Leclerc. So cool.
And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula 1.
Just imagine being able to race with your brother, or not race, but take part in a practice session of Formula 1 together. That must be a crazy cool sensation. Oh, heart rate's down to 92. Now it's going to ramp up. So, yep, looks like we're still in for the race. So, of course, when we go next, it's going to lock in our car settings in Park Ferme. So, let's have a look. No, that's it. Okay, let's go next session. There we go.
Welcome along, everybody. It's the fastest day of the week. Qualifying Saturday, and we're here in Abu Dhabi.
Man, that plus must be sold out this year. Look at that. One of the most expensive racetracks ever built. Looks like him. He's probably thinking about, I miss my sim rig. Or...
Okay, radio check. Radio check.
Radio check.
Radio check.
Max is also probably thinking, you know, what livery am I going to run for my next GT3 race? What a goat. Okay, cool. So, let's go and check our settings. Okay, so we're going to go softs. We got 3 softs, 1 for each session. That's fine. Car setup still in max downforce, which is what we want because it's going to rain tomorrow. And that is what it did say. Yep, there's that wet R. Have you watched any F1 races in live? Great question. The answer is yes. One race. And it was Spa-Francorchamps, which is my, all-time favorite Formula One track. And so I went there, and it was, almost a religious experience. Walked around the track. It is massive, and you have no idea.
Track's pretty empty right now. Lots of space.
Bob, I'm speaking now, Bob. I'm gonna fire you, Bob. Don't be like that, Bob. I'll send you to RB, Bob. No. The elevation change between the top and the bottom is ridiculous. So if you ever have a chance to go to Spa, go. And of course, Raidillon and Eau Rouge, seeing a Formula One car go through that dip and head up, it's an otherworldly experience. Yes. Have you by any chance gone and seen any live Formula One races? All right, cool. Team, let's listen to Bob and let's park firm, eh?
Right, the car's ready. Let's get it out there.
All right, let's go down the Rarajan subway. There you go. Heart rate immediately goes up. I like that. Foot cam's looking good. Cool, now we're under the lights. So now the track temperature will have come down a bit. So it'll be interesting to see how that impacts the actual car handling. Subway! Okay, so this is qualifying, so we got to be careful here. We don't want to make mistakes and crash and stuff like that. We just want to take it nice and easy on the outlap. Right now we're in standard. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Cancel. Okay. Sorry, I pushed the wrong button there. That was not part of the strat. Subway. I wonder if triangle means just cancel. No, that's view. Okay, we'll just resume from here. Don't push those buttons, man. Okay. And we're just warming up the tires now. What I wanted to do was push and hold circle so as to get rid of that. Imagine racing under the lights. That'd be cool as... Okay, you want to catch up? Follow me. I think it's especially in this corner where I lose so much time versus like a Lando or whatever. Definitely could take that corner a little bit better. It's all good. Whoop. Oh, that was nice. All right, how's it looking?
Right, our best lap so far, 1 minute 29.9.
There we go.
So we're top of the speed trap, 321.9 kilometers per hour.
I don't know how that's possible, but all good in the hood. Right, so just gonna quickly have a look here, just check something. I received a message. It's always good to check these things. And just shout out again, Stream Beats by Harris Heller. Right now, I can't see that far, but cool song at the moment playing, so cool. Yep, stream is still good. All right, no risk, full push. Send it, mate, send it. Okay, so in the interest of speeding things up, I suspect that time was as well, obviously it's my fastest time yet, which is good. So interesting, George Russell's only 0.5 of a second behind me. Oh, I can't just relax. But yeah, 129.9, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna, hey look, it's Q1, so I only have to make it in the top 15, right? So we should be good. Oh, imagine they qualify like that. Lando 3rd, Oscar 6th. That would be huge. Lewis in 4th. That would be crazy. Podium pass. As you can see, I play this game a lot. Not. Okay, so it ended up like that. Wow, it's the Dutch, and then there's just the English coming from. I'm not going to finish that. All right. Okay, cool. Q2. I tell you what, that George Russell being that close, that doesn't mean that 50 AI is as slow as we've been thinking it was. Okay.
Radio check, please.
Radio check. Radio check.
Radio check.
Sorry, it's a thing I'm going to do from now on. All right. Yep. It's still raining tomorrow. All right. So let's do the same. Go through subway.
Okay,
The
let's go.
Radhanjan subway. There we go. Heart rate 90. Oh, maybe that Red Bull's starting to wear off a little bit in. Okay, same thing. We're gonna go out lap, 1 lap, push lap. I feel like that's where my soft tires are. No, I might be wrong. Anyway, that's what we're gonna do, and we're sticking to it. Don't know why I keep steering through the pits like an idiot. Can I suggest you a song? It would be cool to suggest a song, but unfortunately, the way streaming works is a song has to be royalty free. If you play a normal song, like a song that you hear on the radio, you'll basically get a copyright strike, which means that that video can be taken down or other problems. So, you know, go ahead and chuck the song name in there. It'd be cool to hear what your thoughts are. And yeah, maybe if I don't know it, I'll listen to it off stream and then yeah, give some feedback. Also, guys, definitely go and join my Discord. So I have the link kind of, I don't know why, even though I said it never to expire, it sometimes doesn't, but either check in the description of the stream or go to my website and you'll see at the top there's a little Discord icon. Join my Discord channel. We've got a nice little group of people going there. We're going to get bigger and bigger, and it's just a great place to chat about cool stuff and, you know, just like-minded gamers from all over the world. Oh, I need to concentrate on where I'm driving instead of thinking about other things to say about my Discord. Yeah, you can later listen to it. Hell yeah, I will, man. I'm a big lover of music, all kinds of music. Even death metal. No. Yeah, see, heart rate's super relaxed now. It's so interesting. As you play this, it becomes a subconscious thing, and I don't have to concentrate on driving as much. And so that just means that if I wasn't talking and wasn't so relaxed, I'd probably be a lot faster. But hey, that's not the point of today's stream. As I said, heart rate goes up to 102. By the way, what do you think of the heart rate setup? Have you seen it before in a different stream? Oi. All right, team, we're coming up to our push lap now, so I'm gonna just zone out for a second and see if we can get a good lap time. Oopsie.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Perfect, that's what we want.
Right, we're right on the cusp now. We've been pushed down to P11.
Oh, yes. What was the heart rate there? Oh, 111. Nice. 111, the
To view
Nelson.
information on your current levels of tyre wear and damage, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then again to cycle to the tyres and the damage screen.
All right. And again, we improve our time, 29.6. Now, this is the hallmark of a really amazing driver, is to get faster as these sessions go on. And so I'm going to pat myself on the back and ignore the fact that I'm still basically like, like 6.5 seconds behind
lap
Lando.
so far, 1:29.6. And we're
Thanks.
second in the speed trap, 315.7 kilometers per hour.
Thanks, Bob. Lando's back into a good position there, so that's all good. Yeah, Yuki Tsunoda in 8th. Well done, I guess. Okay, so that's good for a Q2. Let's lock that in, see if anybody can get a bit of a closer time to that. But hey, man, Radajan, I assume you're both YouTube and Twitch, but if not, RDNC, chuck in the name of the song or go and drop it in on the Discord channel. It'd be cool to hear from you. All right, so it was 676 at the end. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness, I haven't driven in the rain in a Formula 1 game in forever.
Okay, mate, radio check, please. Radio check.
Audio check. Oh, it's still raining. Oh my gosh. I'm just in my head now already playing through start and what speed are we going to be able to go through on the corners. I wish that this game had the ability for you to do reconnaissance laps. And so if you don't know what that is, so before the race starts, when drivers come out of the pits, they can drive to the actual starting grid or they can go back into the pits. And so they can do a couple of laps around to just get a feeling of how the track feels. And of course, with it being wet, it would be so vital to pick that first braking spot. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's finish Q3 first. But yeah, we're already thinking towards the future. Okay, so this is Q3. It's a big deal.
The track's pretty quiet at the moment. Perhaps we should get out there, get a few laps in. All clear the garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
I agree with you, Bob. Man, Bob, sometimes you're just a wise man. All right. Join Discord. Nice one. Yeah, man. Drop that freaking song name in there, man. It'd be great. And then ask the question, what do you guys think of the song? Because there are a few people already in there. Not loads, but we're going to grow. We're going to grow as a team. I want thousands of people in there. We're going to arrange online game nights. All games. Rocket League, Formula 1, you name it. Even free games. All right. We're cooking. Nighttime. Okay, same process. Slow out lap. Build up lap. Hopefully just one little squirt. Oh, it'd be so good if I can get that to a 29 dead. I'd be impressed though. Yeah, so definitely can break. I'm wary about riding these curves because I can so easily unsettle, but there's so much time to be gained there. Try not to wear the tires too much for our push lap. One thing about the steering wheel, if you don't have a G923, it actually has a built-in like rumble motor, like a PlayStation or Xbox controller. So as you go over the curbs, the whole steering wheel vibrates. And so it really feels like you're going over the curb. So very good quality for the price. Okay, now's our build-up lap. Start hitting our marks. That was a lot faster. That was good. Ooh, that was such a good corner, that. Still not using my overtake. We're saving that for the final lap. Here we go. Oops.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Not the time now, Bob. That was not good exit. Yes! Woo! Yeah, boys! That turn 5 is good this time. Yeah, man. I'm braking way later, but I'm also not going down the to first. I'm going to second. Carry a bit more momentum. You could feel it there, man. You could feel it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, our best lap so far, 1 minute 28.1.
All right. And reminder, Lando's is 1:23, so we're 5 seconds back. We're just chilling, no hardcore. And remember, we're running a full downforce setting, like a Monaco level downforce. Like, trust me, we could definitely eke out those seconds if we gave a shit, but we don't. We're here to have fun. Oh, pumped, man. Freaking pumped. Just 5 second gap to real Lando. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. I bet you he's sleeping right now, worried about this. All right. 1.5 second gap to Lando. Yeah. No, we're doing good, man. We're doing great. Okay. I'm just going to let the time run out slowly and take a break, because what's going to happen next is driving in the rain, which I've never done on this track, and I don't think there's even practice laps. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. But hey, man, Radajan, what is your favorite racetrack in Formula One, or not even in Formula One? There's actually the Nürburgring, Nordschleife. What's yours, man? My heart rate's coming down now, which is great. Yeah, cool. Stream's looking good. Ooh, exciting. So, visualizing is so important in racing, and you'll hear all the best people say, even other sports as well. And so, what I'm trying to do now is.
Okay, so we're top of the speed trap, 317.2 kilometers per hour.
With the high downforce setting, ladies and gentlemen, imagine how much higher our speed would be. Sao Paulo, yeah, man, Brazilian track is insanely good. It is so good. I tell you what, the last real corner in Sao Paulo is probably one of the hardest ones, I think, in Formula One to get right, because it has such...
To view your current tyre, brake and engine temperatures, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then press it again to cycle through until you reach the temperature information screen.
Bob, we've spoken about this. Don't interrupt me while I'm talking, alright? Tell me stuff I already know. Damn. But yeah, that last corner is one of the hardest to get right. I don't know why I like it. It's just like because Max comebacks. Yeah, that's true, man. It seems like Red Bull have got it figured out. Sao Paulo, do badly in qualifying, replace the engine, and then come from the back, and then you have a great engine for the last few races. By the way, I know I'm digressing a little bit here, but again, we're taking a break just to wind down the clock. 33 seconds. I think that Max's engine has not been turned up this entire weekend. Remember, he's got a brand new engine, like, what's it now, 3 races old, which is brand new in Formula One terms. Fine. What he said there was wisdom. Hopefully you heard it. Whew. 100 points. Parkour.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Nice. Which track do I like the most? Very good question, mate. When it comes to Formula One, there's 2. There's Spa-Francorchamps, and there's the Temple of Speed, Monza. It's just a track. It's an easy track, like this. It's an easy track, but that's where you start then dialing in the most amazing, perfect little angles. And when you start doing them back to back to back, you start feeling amazing. But Spa-Francorchamps, Formula One track. But for me, it's the Nürburgring Nordschleife, the full with the GP track. Just the most amazing track. If you don't know it, which I suspect you do because you look like you know a lot about racing, but for those who are watching that don't know it, it is called the Green Hell. It's the longest circuit. They run 24-hour races there up to GT3 spec, but in normal days it is literally a toll road that you can just go and drive on with your station wagon or your panel van or whatever, and it's a hardcore racetrack. If you want, go and watch my previous stream that I did 2 days ago, where I basically took a Assetto Corsa and a BMW GT3 car and raced around it, and managed to get a third place, which I was quite proud of, considering the car wasn't really dialed in and the AI is clearly a bit stiff there. So if you want, go and check that out. But yeah, it's the Nürburgring Nordschleife. All right, team, let's have a bit of water, and then we are going to get into a wet Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. They said it wouldn't rain. All right. Ooh, yeah, Monza, if you can make a small mistake, it's going to be expensive. Exactly. And I mean, it's like, what, 90% full throttle the entire race. It's madness. Load, like virtually no wings, and 20 laps in the wet.
Welcome to Abu Dhabi. We're just about to start today's race here at the Yas Marina circuit. It's a track known for its long back straight, which serves as a fantastic opportunity for overtaking, going into the slow speed corners that follow it.
Yes.
It's an unusual race day today at the Yas Marina circuit, where wet conditions like this are fairly uncommon. 16 corners here, 7 to the right and 9 to the left. We won't be seeing any DRS assistance unless things dry out a lot later on in today's Grand Prix.
Yeah, right.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside.
Oh, please let this be like it is going to be in real life.
Russell, Piastri, Charles Leclerc, and Fernando Alonso. Ocon, Albon, Antonelli, and Yuki Tsunoda.
All right, at least he's there.
Hülkenberg, Lawson.
Nice.
Carlos Sainz, and Hamilton.
Jeez, that's realistic, eh? Hamilton down in 14th. Wow.
Isaac Hadjar and
that's not
Ollie
realistic. And Behrman's
Gasly
feeling good.
And Lance Stroll brings the grid to
At least the last position is accurate.
Now it's time to head down to the track.
Yeah, man, Suzuka.
And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Radio check. So, yeah, I wanted to say Suzuka is basically like number 3 on the list for me. It is an awesome track. Just going through. Is it Digna 1 and Digna 2? Or is that Monza? Just the sharp right, heavy braking into the hairpin. One of the best sequences. And of course, turn, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leading into those. Just Suzuka's also just one of my favorite tracks. Gran Turismo, there's a 12-hour Suzuka race that you have to complete for Platinum Trophy in Gran Turismo 5, was it? 6, was it? And yeah, just adore that. Right. Okay, so I just want to quickly check something. I just want to make sure So that means I'm going to tab out. So this is going to look strange for a second. And so we'll maybe do Spotify. And I just want to see. Okay. So it is. Okay. Cool. That's good news. Okay. I'm going to change the song up. The reason why is because sometimes my Spotify will jump to a different playlist that I have, which is detrimental, because if it starts playing music that isn't royalty free, then I can get smacked for that, and we don't want to get smacked. Okay, right team, are we good? Let's check out race strategy. Okay, so I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes, sung by Wet, Wet, Wet. And so tire life over 20 laps. I don't think we're going to want to pit. We could call it pit if we feel our tire's going off, but basically it is projected to just run it. Now, interesting, it seems like the rain forecast becomes unreliable in that last section of the what would that be, probably the last 3 laps. So I wonder if it maybe dries out. So definitely we're gonna go default strategy. Yes, sometimes Spotify algorithm is the worst. I don't have a problem with Spotify. I actually really love it. I don't have any problems with it. By the way, the Spotify AI, where you just tell it what kind of music you want to listen to, it's the bomb. I'm cool with Spotify, but it's just because when it reaches the end of an album, it can sometimes go, right, well, what's the next album I want to play? And it picks up, remember, my Spotify is my personal setup. And so it will go to the music that I usually listen to, which is great, but not when I'm streaming. You know, when I've got a bit more cash, I'll probably have a split Spotify account. Actually, I can probably create that already. Anyway, we are digressing. Okay, so we're going to go default strategy. Let's have a look quickly at car setup. Yep, so current setup is there. Keyboard gone. All right, and that's good. Back. Whew. Now, I don't want to use the rewind function, but the fact that I am unable to actually go and do reconnaissance laps to feel what this would feel like, it's a bit unfair. So, now that all my complaints on the bag, to be fair, it would be actually good if they had a safety car start. But I don't know if I'll be able to control it. Let's see. All right, guys, we're doing it. We're going for it. What's the heart rate say? 97. Woo-wee. All right, sorry to say, bro, but no subway this time. Oh, actually, if it dries out, we might. Okay. Visualize. First corner, brake early. I don't have ABS. Remember, all my systems are turned off. And so I need to try and remember the cadence, don't over-rotate, easy on acceleration. If I come out on the main back straight in 5th position or higher, I would count that as a win. I think once we start dialing in where the break points is, we'll probably be able to start moving forward. But I think it's damage control until we get to like lap 3, 4, or 5, because really trying to figure out braking points. And remember, just one little brake too hard and I'm skidding off or I'm spinning out. So, okay. Whew. Come on, heart rate. Let's do this. Oh. Ooh-wee. And I've got a clutch set up, so we'll see how that works as well. Clutch is in. Rain's already stopped. Remember, we just want to hold position if we can, till we figure out our braking points. Okay, so far so good. Holy crap, how did that happen? How did he go past like that? That's insane. Oh, oh. That was crazy. It's like he's got power boost or something. Oh, maybe he's got overtake. Ooh, feel that slide?
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use
Yeah,
your overtake button.
yeah. Jeez, how's that acceleration on the straight? And I'm a fool. Maybe he's trying to get away from us. We'll relax.
Green flag.
Green flag. Resuming racing. Oh, I looked at the text instead of freaking focusing on my turn. Don't do that, idiot. Ooh, 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 a little lock up there.
You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible.
Unfortunately, there'll be no DRS because it's wet. Maybe a bit of slipstream though. He's driving well. Oh, of course, I'm running a high downforce setup. That's why he's pulling away from me in the straights like that.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
Had to. Had to. He didn't expect that. He says no DRS, but he's fast in the straights. Floor scraping. Okay, so we can brake at the 100 there, even though it's wet. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Whoa, spun in third and in fourth. Check the heart rate, yo. High downforce is helping us through here, but the car's drifting. Like, I can feel it move underneath. Look at that. Whoa. All right, it's looking good.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Now I'm just managing pace, because if it does dry out, it might pay to have good tires at the end. Oh, I can brake way later now.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Thanks, Bob. Lando's there. One mistake. Constantly managing throttle. Keep an eye out on my foot. Right foot, my accelerator. Very gently got to feed in the throttle. I mean, you can obviously hear it as well. Lando caught up there. Why did I go down to second? Come on. What's my heart rate now? Oh, just 108. That'll go up. It'll probably register in a second. $113. Yeah, that's warranted. A little bit of poo came out. I'm not gonna lie. Wait out there, yo. I see it's like curb. It's the curb. Just touching that curb just immediately unsettles the car.
Okay, you're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
Ooh. Exciting. Okay, Lando's taking a break, clearly. Good overtake, yeah, thanks. Still feel a bit dodgy about that sliding and crashing on his inside corner, but hey. This corner is the one. That was a bit bad. Whoa! Holy shit!
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What the far out happened there? Yeah, a lot of poo came out that time. A lot of poo. Holy shit. I just booted it and I had ERS open at the same time. Warning, exceeding track limits? Alright. That was not good. Yeah, he's coming good. So scared of those curves, man. Relax. Take a breather. Relax your muscles. I'm getting tense now. That's not good. Better.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
Sorry, team. I'd love to chat, but as you can see, got a persistent lander behind me. So we got to put in the focus. still there, man. Just 2.6. 114. Whoa, easy heartbreak. Oop. Did he just spin?
Okay, clear.
Did Lando just spin? Concentrate. Yeah, Lando spun. Or did he pit? Oh my gosh!
No issues with tyre wear for now.
That's
Keep
good to hear.
taking care of them.
Did you see that? I was pushing, my brain was like, ah, this is the fastest I've ever gone through that corner. And then it was like, what about oversteer? Rear tires are okay, but that's probably why I was spinning. I need to be careful here, team. Rear tires are the limiting factor now. Yeah, so they've pitted. How many laps? 11. So now I've got to be so careful of this corner. And we've got 40 seconds, so we can be smart.
It's still not a perfect situation, but I don't think we got cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
So good communication, Bob. Because that's the question in my mind. It's like, are we on the right strategy? Softly through here, remember? Not taking any chances with my braking. Not on second. Getting little lockups, but it sounded like that was front.
It looks like we're running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
Okay, so we have to pit. Okay, let's watch those times. If those times come catching up to me, then we'll have to pit for dry tires, slicks. Next lap, probably. But they're on Inter, so they'll have to pit as well. So ginger over that. Gingerly over that corner. Clouds are looking beautiful in the distance. A little lock up there. Ah, yeah, that was awesome. I agree. 39 seconds, okay, so gap's closing a little bit, but to be fair, they're on inters. Track's looking really dry. I need to figure out how to change my pit strategy. Ooh! I need to do that on the straight. I've never done it before. She can bite. What do you think, team? Medium? Interesting, he doesn't say that they don't agree. They say pit window not applicable. Pit rejoin in first. She's moving around. Those tires are definitely not happy.
The weather's turning. We think it's time to box now.
Oh, jeez, concentrate on...
Copy.
No! Oh, no! That... Ah, no! Okay, we're gonna override that command. Let's just quickly...
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Okay, Yuki is coming in for his stop now.
Hopefully they change me onto mediums. Though the softs are probably a better one. 5 laps remaining. Do we not have new softs? Okay, then we go new medium. Wow, okay, yeah. They're done. Hopefully that changes actually happen. I don't know how the system works. I'm on a turn cart. Oh! Okay, what do we do? Turn in 3, 2, 1. Okay, those are slicks, those are mediums.
Okay, off we go, back into the race.
Oh.
Your late turning meant we had a slower than planned pit stop, I'm afraid.
That's all right. 116 heart rate.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Okay, 4 laps, medium. It's still going to be a bit treacherous out there, so I definitely can't just flatten it. That'll be cold. Okay, they're still a bit funky. Ooh, they're funky. Ah, just so happy that pit stop worked the way I wanted to. I've never had to do that. Oh, so slow, so treacherous. Oh, she's spinning there. "12 seconds. They pitted for inters. Do they know something I don't? Like that. Yeah, it's still treacherous actually. Track is cold and damp.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Come on, that turn up. That turn is just, I keep braking too late. And because of that, I was understeer into oblivion. All right, 12-second gap. They're on inters though, which is surprising, and maybe he didn't pit. Ooh, almost Tokyo drifted that one in there. Okay, we can start braking later now. "13 seconds. "18 laps out of 20. 2 more to go, yo." Still cautious about this one. DRS enabled,
Okay,
it's a
the students have
dry
now
track.
enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
Yeah, it's still damp. Yeah, I thought I could send it like it was dry. It is not dry enough, yo. Yeah, as you can see by my drifting skills. Yeah, but we don't have to push it. I'm not gonna bore it in, but we don't have to risk.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 45.2 seconds.
That's not a surprise. Sorry. I think Yuki's a great person, and he is a great driver. Put him in a different car. There's just something evil about that Red Bull that only Max can tame, clearly. I didn't use my battery on that last try. I was too busy yodeling about Max. Oop, got a drift going there again. She's still slippery. See, lockup's still occurring. So you gotta be ABS with your left foot. Started thinking about if this happened in real life instead of focusing on the drive. Last lap.
Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Let's go, team, let's go! Oh, Yuki. Yeah, oh, Yuki indeed. Still slippery, still slippery. Don't bork it. Get in there, boys!
Taking a good pace, managed the whole race well.
Yep.
Well done, Max.
Okay. Oliver Behrman, fine. After the saves I had.
We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again.
Get in there.
Victory for Max Verstappen.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end.
That's not true.
And their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff.
It was. Oh, come on, boys. Smash that like button. Come on, team. Oh. Yeah, man.
It's what every driver imagines when they start out on their long road towards Formula One.
It's simply
And for our
lovely.
lucky three today,
Oh, bro,
here's the
you're
podium
right.
Waiting for them. And for those that have missed the Dutch national
Oh.
anthem, fear not.
That's
It's
Oscar.
back again because Max Verstappen is back on the top step.
Where is Lando, people? Oh, good for Alonso on the podium. It is simply lovely. And you know what I'm going to do right after this if I'm Max? Straight into my simulator to continue playing sim racing. Lots of points. Standard podium finish. Yes, okay. Clearly you can see I play this game a lot. Advance.
It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Yes, people. If you're a Lando Norris fan, that is a loss. If this is exactly how it finishes in the race, Max Verstappen is the world champion. The world champion. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Okay, the whole time, every time I had a good save, every time I swung it around just a wee bit, and I was like, hang on a minute, I'm about to crash. I was able to save it. All right, I was able to bring it back. And that is a testament to how good Formula One 2025 is. I can't remember the last time I drove a Formula One car in the rain. I think it was Albert Park, maybe like 4 years ago on Formula One 23 or 22, whatever it was at that time. And it was just the moment you just touched the throttle and it went. As you turned in, it was too late. You're gone. Whereas here, there was a way more communicative. Like the way that you could feel it go. You just steer into it logically, and it worked. I mean, there it is. No spins. Of course, there was one point where I got hot-headed and I was like, I'm going to send on the inside of Lando. But I braked, but because the apex was tight, I really had to bring it down a little bit more in speed. And he obviously got past me, and then I kind of slid in and clipped him in the back. I felt bad about that. I think if that was real racing, because at least nobody got damaged, it probably would have been a race. It would have maybe been okay. But in real life, I don't know what the situation is there. Then again, it's wet, so maybe they would have looked at it differently. So, yeah, holy shiddle tiddles, people, there it is. If this is the results, Max will be the world champion. And you know what? Doing a stream and having it turn out this way, wearing a Red Bull shirt, being a Max Verstappen fan, and a Honda fan, and a Aston Martin Honda fan, Aston Martin fan. This is an OG, well, not OG, but an older shirt. Wow, I am pumped. Wet weather, crazy race. Yeah, that was amazing. All right, let's see what happens next. Save full race replay? Absolutely. And you bet your ass, team, I'm going to later edit that and put it out with all the drifts that I had. And there's going to be poop emojis every time. I think the one that I took the biggest bite out of my seat was coming out of, what's that, turn 1, 2, 3, turn 3, and it just... No, it's turn 2. No, it's turn 1, was it? And it just... I think I was full lock there, but also other turns, there were some moments as well. Wow. Okay, so we definitely saved it. I've never seen highlights. I wouldn't bore you with this, but I want to see what this does. Okay, so remember I said it'd be good if we can, but within the first few laps, be in 5th place. I had a good start. But of course, remember, I have no ABS. I'm gingerly trying to remember where to brake. And so obviously first corner, Lando had to take quite a hardcore dodge. Lap 2, oh, this is good. Race highlights, man. So I don't know how that guy said led from start to finish, because I was not in first place at this point on lap 2. Okay, so here we go. Catching up. Intermediate tires. Went off a little bit. That's alright, it's still raining. And Lando's thinking, yes, I've got it. I've got the World Championship in the bag. Just keep Max behind. He went off. Ha ha ha, I'm gonna win. And then here's the moment. Let's see. So I send it. Bad camera angle. I did clip him, but I'll go and find that and do a better angle. I did clip him, but I don't know if it was harsh. It felt harsh when I did it. I grimaced as it happened. But here's the moment. I was like, screw it. I'm going for a better traction. I know he's going to brake. Bang. Did he have to take avoiding action? Yes. Was I alongside him? Like Max would say? Yes. Oh, that was it. Oh, so much poop came out. Because that's it. If I spin, that's it. They would have overtaken me. I could have maybe come back from like a 6th or 7th position, but managed to keep it intact. Helicopters on the ground because it's raining. Lando in the distance going, that's okay. I still have the world championship. Then, what did George Russell do? That's it. So that's where Lando spun, because I was like, did Lando just spin? And then obviously Russell collected him. This could happen in real life, man. Imagine that actually happens. This would be like, this stream will go viral as the predictor. Yes, I can see into the future. All right, last lap. Final turn. Hands up in the air. Like you just don't care because you're Max. And that's it. Done. I'm going to click save full race replay again, just in case. All right. And advance. Give us a speech or something. Was that it? We're done. Come on. Come on. Loading. Loading. Are there any more celebrations? Usually I just skip past it, but because this is a momentous occasion, yeah, I guess computer says no, we're done. But it's communicating with online servers to let them know that this is the way the results should be for the main race tomorrow. And because of that, yeah. Oh, I got fan points. Of course I did. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was absolutely epic. So let's catch up on some chat here, man. So yeah, they're having rocket ships even in game. Yeah, that was when Lando just overtook me so quickly. But let's remember, he didn't have a high downforce setting like I did. Is my camera out of focus? It looks a little bit blurry. Hang on, we might have to just quickly do something here. I just want to make sure, because sometimes, you know, it gets hot. Nah, that's all right. I mean, I'm still ugly, but at least you can see me. Yeah, what a save. Yeah, there were a bunch where I was like, I felt good about it. But again, Formula 1 25, in my opinion, is fantastic because you can save your mistakes. Good overtake. Thanks again. Again, what a save. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Agreed. Sorry, man, I missed the pit subway. That's true, man. I was so focused on other stuff, but the fact that I could change my strategy, go onto the right tires, again, well done. The MFD worked under pressure, but that's so crazy because you're like busy getting button, and you look up and you're like, crap, I have to brake. So definitely something to practice a bit. Oh, we need a generational bottling for Lando tomorrow from Lando tomorrow. Oh man, I don't wish negative things on Lando. You know, he's a cool guy. You know, he's a new generation in the sense that he's open about his feelings, and he's put in the hard yards. You know, he was with McLaren when they were back markers. Remember how far back they were? They were rubbish. You know, Daniel Ricciardo tried, he couldn't get up there, and Lando was like getting these podiums. I remember still vividly his podium in Austria. I think there was his first one, and him and his race engineer was talking to him like every corner, like do this. And it was at that point where I went, bang, I love this Lando kid. And he's put in the effort. You know, no, again, I'm a Max fan. Of course I want him to win, but I'd be a tragedy for him to run the rest of his career and not get a world championship. Remember, Oscar is potentially the better driver. Potentially, once he really gets all the bugs worked out, and you know, McLaren, you know, I'm not going to go into conspiracy theories. I think Lando deserves it, and so if he bottles it, if he prangs it, he crashes, he spins out, then so be it. But I would feel terrible if that is, and I think, you know, same thing with Max. I think if he wins, he'd want it to be, well, it wouldn't be a straight fight because Lando has to be, fifth or lower. But yeah, Hamilton is still at the bottom even in the game. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. That's quite interesting how they've modeled that. I guess, they do sort of at least adjust some of the functions. And that's another sad story. But like I said, Ferrari, in my opinion, they clearly abandoned the car within the first third of the season. And there's obviously rumors and stuff, people kind of saying that, but nobody really remembers that. And it's detrimental. They're not upgrading the car at all. But that's to focus on next year. So hopefully, hang on. I would stand up and show you, but I've got a little red Sebastian Vettel Formula One car just behind my screen. So even though I'm a Red Bull supporter, of course, there's a little Tifosi in me. I'm a big fan of Ferrari, even just the cars. You ask me, $1 million, what car are you going to buy? It's a 458 Speciale Aperta in the triple yellow with the Nard stripe in a blue carbon fiber. And then, of course, we can just keep going up from there. It's La Ferrari Aperta F50, then an F40, the F12 TDF. Oh, the F12 TDF. I would chop the roof of it. Don't tell anybody. And the list goes on. Schumacher's 2004 Formula One car, I think, is probably one of the top ones. That also, and Juan Pablo Montoya's, no, actually, is it Fisichella's BMW? Was it Fisichella? I can't remember. Formula One car V10, the bomb. All right, peeps, this has been epic, especially, dude. Thank you to you for tuning in. Obviously there's other people been watching, but you've been chatting, you've joined this Discord. So everybody, you just send love to Radajan. I'm glad you're on my Discord because clearly we are vibing in Formula One. That's something I've been mulling over as we create a little Formula One Discord and we chat and we drop some memes and stuff in there. And so you will be the GOAT and we will name that chat Subway. All right. Anyways, I've got to probably get some sleep tomorrow, heading out with some friends. We're going to enjoy this beautiful weather we got in Auckland, maybe do some jet skiing and stuff like that. So should be good fun. So need a bit of rest. But again, this has been epic. Please check out nextleveljj.com. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Actually, hang on. I really, really, really want to try and achieve this. So give me a second. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And don't tell people you're going to do this and this and this. And then we do that. Excellent. So here's my website. You'll see the schedule is key. So this is where we were tonight, Arabian Nights. Holy crap, I cannot wait to edit and release this. I'm going to push to get it done tomorrow before the race because it predicts potentially what's going to happen. Then Monday, I'm going to be doing a little bit of Rust, cool game. Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a little bit of Rocket League. But this is the big one. I'm still waiting for approval from the Game Awards. But if I can, I would love to co-stream it so you guys can join in and we can watch this together. And, there's a couple of cool games in there. Like I said, I might even purchase and play Clair Obscur on Wednesday in Thursday in preparation for this. We will see. But then directly after that, we've got Diablo 4. But again, my variety of the stuff that I play, have a look. DCS, we went Nürburgring Nordschleife, but not with that BMW because Race Room borked for the day. Rocket League, Hades 2, such a great game. Battlefield 6, man, played it on Friday night, had some good stuff. So yeah, there's some variety, but there's more to come. Right, team. Again, like this video if you can. Follow me on Twitch. It will mean the world. I need to get to that level. Then I can upgrade the bitrate. But have an awesome weekend. Enjoy the Grand Prix. And, like I said in my previous stream as well, let the best man win. But at the same time, go Max Verstappen. Ciao.